Hello, my name is Edna, and I'm the CEO, founder of Sevens PE Bar, and I'm from Aberdeen.
Hello, my name is Demi and I'm from Aberdeen and I am the co-founder of Vybe Promotions.
Hi, my name's Kultuur. I'm a DJ and producer and I'm based in Scotland.
Hi, I'm Sylvia and I'm from Aberdeen and I am the co-founder of Vybe Promotions.
Hi, my name is Princess. I'm based in Aberdeen and I'm the co-founder of Afrobuzz.
Culture, how did you get into DJing? Like, how did you start the whole process of being DJ culture?
So I went to university in Stirling, and I don't know if anyone's ever been to Stirling, but there's literally two nightclubs in Stirling, and like one is open once, like Monday is one club, Tuesday is one club, they never open at the same time, except maybe like a Saturday, and like being like the minority, like the community there, we were always like once the Afrobeats, dancehall, but they always cater to the majority, so like house music, hip hop, or the hip hop is like chart music, or R&B. So like 4 years in Stirling, first, second, third year, I was waiting for someone to come save the like nightlife, but no one really came. And then the fourth year, I was just like, I'm kind of sick of like waiting for someone. And my fourth year, I was also like the vice president of the ACS community. Okay. And like we had this events where like we needed a DJ, but it's obviously not in Stirling, and the next person was in Glasgow, but no one really knew DJs back then. So I was just like, I'll just try it myself, and like I feel like I'm quite a creative person. I feel like I'm quite musically inclined. So picked it up, looked up YouTube, got in touch with a couple of people, and yeah, just got into it. And that's why my name's Kulture, because I felt like the DJing culture in Stirling was culture. So I was like DJ culture.
That's tough.
And then had to spell it differently.
That's
So.
tough.
Okay.
For branding, how are you like planning on like progressing it?
So right now I'm on uni. I'm just a software head, so I'm still in uni. When I graduate, I plan on like focusing more on music production, and hopefully that'll like kind of propel me. Cause like I don't know if you guys are aware of like DJ Mustard. So he was DJ first, and then he went into production now. It's sorted.
You've always said that that's what you want to do, innit?
Yeah. So like I feel like I like to believe I like have the ear for it. So I feel like I'm fine. All right, so how did you guys get into it? We'll start with you.
So this whole like last idea, it was one random day. Me and my roommates were just sat around our kitchen, and we're just like, oh, we're tired of being broke uni students. Like, what can we do?
Amen, man.
What can we do? So we all kind of like started thinking. One of them was like, I want to do nails, I want to do hair, I want to do this, and that. So I was like, you know what? I want to do lashes. I've never ever got my lashes done, but I want to do lashes on other people. So I think that like week I bought like a lash course. I bought like all the tools and stuff, and then I just got too nervous and I didn't touch it for 2 months. And then I finally did the course, passed it, came qualified, and then I just left my equipment for another 5 months. So then I did another course, and this one was in person, and it was even in Glasgow. It was such a bop to do. And like as I was doing it, I just felt like I wasn't good enough. I was like, oh, it's gonna be hard. I just didn't feel good. So a few months went by and I was still not doing anything. I still had a page, whatever, but I just wasn't doing anything. I kind of did my roommates and that was it. Until one day, we go to uni together. So sometimes we hang out after school. And he was just like, oh, yeah.
Sometimes.
We hang out after school like everything. So cool. And one day he was just like, oh, you're not doing anything with it. And then he was just like, oh, you can't do it. You know when someone's like, oh, you can't? I was like, you know what, I can.
Can do it.
So I did. I didn't really.
Whoa. It wasn't that you can't do it, fam. I just told her that
Sorry.
she was taking a piss a little bit. Come on, bro, like, let's do it.
Sorry.
Right, yeah.
So these times it's like a year since I bought my course. And so I posted on my like kind of private story. So you know where you have a private story, like a girl's one. So I posted just a page, and then all my friends started like were sharing it, and I was like, wait, I'm not really ready. But we've shared it. So the next day I was like, okay, like I need to do this. So I started up again, started taking people, started off this kind of offers. It was really weird, but it was good as well. I was getting a few people, and then exam periods kind of came, like Christmas exams, and I stopped. And then I just stopped for like maybe 2 months. And I think I went home around Christmas, back to Ireland, and I was like, do you know what, like, it's either I go hard or I go home with this thing. Like, I can't keep, being on the fence.
Yeah.
One leg in, one leg out. Like, I need to, So when I came back, I took a few of my friends. I was practicing out. Even over Christmas, I was really practicing. Like, I was making sure I could fan, isolate, all this and that. So then I started up again in February, and now we're in March, and it's actually been so good. It's been so cool. Yeah. I've gotten like different people, all these random people like, hey girl, can you do my lashes? And obviously I'm still a beginner. Like I'm still, in the beginning stages, but it feels so good, and I just love doing it. Like I genuinely love it.
Shout out to you.
Thank you.
Okay, Vybe.
Vibe. It's probably like two different but similar-ish stories. Mine was I played football. I went like on a team night out to this club in Aberdeen, and I just remember sitting there. It was like a week before my birthday as well. I remember sitting outside in the smoking area, and I just took a Snapchat video of myself, and I was like, I'm never coming to this place ever again. And I just hate it. I don't know why I'm listening to not hearing no lyric in the club. I'm just hearing and then I went home and I was like, you know what? I didn't think too much of it, but then one of my boys, Nathan had the idea that we'll do like a Rock Nation type of birthday party, right? So I was like, you know what, we'll do it, but like my auntie helped me hire out a club, and then I was like, so we hired out a club, and we were like it was like 20 people, wasn't that much, like 20 people. Like, wait a minute, like imagine doing this, like imagine doing this, like inviting people, bro. Yeah. And then Sylvia was at my birthday party, and then I think I was talking about it, and then Sylvia was like, let's do it. And then, to be fair, she handled the groundwork from reaching out to this person and this person, put our heads together, put our money together, and boom.
So my version of events, also I did kind of jump on when Dem obviously brought the idea of like he wants to do events. But obviously for me, my kind of viewpoint of it as well was that when I was kind of in uni, like first, second year, I wouldn't say we had like Afrobeats like things or events, but it was more, there was a club on Union Street. Espionage. Also, I don't know, I think it probably closed before lockdown. But at least we kind of, as students, we kind of knew that, okay, once a week, Saturday, we can kind of go there. We'll hear like songs that we like. We can dance. You can like dance, sing along to songs that we know. But obviously that closed, and it was just kind of the high street. I don't want to name names, but the regular kind of clubs in Aberdeen. Exactly. So obviously once them kind of brought that idea, and I was like, yeah, we really could do this. So we put our heads together and we were able to like come up with Vybe. Obviously we pretty much only cater to like kind of Afrobeats, obviously throwing like other genres, but I would say we're heavily like an Afrobeat event. And I think, for now. But yeah, and I think because there wasn't anyone else doing it at the time, like no one had really taken that plunge, and we kind of set the standards. Yeah, the president, that's it. For Afrobeat events, and I think I'm really proud of that personally. But yeah.
Well done.
How'd you guys come up with the name?
Yeah, I was wondering.
It was Sylvia,
Okay, do you know what it is?
We had some terrible names.
Oh, we had terrible.
I can't even remember, bro.
But it was kind of a thing of like something that I wanted to kind of show what we are.
Yeah.
It shows the vibe. It's so corny, but it's a vibe. Like, it's a vibe.
Yeah.
We're like, we can't have the eye, we just do it to wine. But yeah, I mean, it works. It kind of, now when you say it, it's just like vibe. Like, you know what it is. It kind of has like meaning. It holds something. So, yeah.
However, it's not just Vybe anymore. There's Afrobuzz now.
Yeah. Afrobuzz.
Well, Afrobuzz started, we're not even up to 8 months old. Basically, my partner, she wasn't able to make it here today, but she came to me and she was like, Princess, I know a lot of people know you, and I have this idea. And she wanted, because she's a Lagos girl, so she just recently came back from Lagos, and she was like, oh, Aberdeen is so dull. And she wanted to bring the spice to the like entertainment industry here. So we thought about it. We're like, okay, what can we do? And it was summer, and the summer was just ending. It was like late July, and we were like, okay, let's do like a summer bash. And that's where our first event was, like a summer socials. And we did like it was like an evening party. It ended by midnight. It wasn't supposed to be anything. We didn't even plan to continue. It was supposed to be a one-time thing. But I mean, after that event, a lot of people were like, wow, this is really banged, and maybe perhaps we could make this a thing. Yeah. And so that's why we thought about it. We continued Afrobuzz. But our vision was not just to do parties, it was to also do concerts, because I mean, Nigerian artists or African artists don't come to Aberdeen.
Yeah.
It's a dead place. They don't see potential in it. So I think our motivation is to show the potential of Aberdeen.
Yeah.
I mean, we are seeing recently that a lot of Nigerians or international students in general are coming in, and a lot of them miss that like African Owambe vibes.
Yeah.
So we plan so much to really bring that kind of like Faji, you know what I mean, Fridays or stuff like that into Aberdeen. So we're not only just doing parties, but we're also doing other forms of entertainment like concerts. We've done 2 artists so far, well technically 3 because we had 2 last time, and we are planning much more in the future. So that's kind of like the direction that we're going. So we're kind of broad in terms of we're looking at multiple types of entertainment, not just strictly parties or night parties. Could be day parties. We're planning a day party in a couple of months. Could be concerts or even comedy shows. I've hosted some comedy shows in the past. So just kind of like the idea of really like investing in the African entertainment, bringing Afrobeats to Aberdeen, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And because you said that you haven't even been here for a year, like when you're trying to like get artists and stuff to come initially, was that like hard, or like how did you find it?
It was hard, very, very hard to convince them because I mean most artists go to Glasgow. And that's it.
Yeah.
Nobody even knows of Aberdeen. I remember when we asked Victoni, that was our first artist to do a video. He couldn't even pronounce it. He had no idea where Aberdeen was. So it took a lot of convincing, a lot of going back and forth, a lot of kind of liaising with people. Fortunately for us, we kind of had a leg in. With like through connections, so we're able to, and I think somebody believed in us enough to like test us, or try it out. Do you know what I mean? And after the first one, it became easier. It's still difficult, but you know when somebody sees you can pull off the first time, they could give it to you the second time, and then you pull it off, and you know what I mean. So hopefully it's bigger from here.
I guess going based on that, and it was like we had like I don't know barriers to like getting started. If that makes sense. Or do you feel like it was quite, I don't know, like a kind of seamless like process?
I think it was hard.
I think I was my biggest barrier. Like,
what did you say?
I think I was my biggest like barrier.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't believe myself. I was just like, no one's gonna come to me. I'm gonna be doing that so bad. My glue someone's eye together. Like I was just so scared of everything. Even now, sometimes when I'm taking plans, I'm just like, oh gosh, like anything can go wrong. But like, I just had to do it, and eventually just kept doing it. As well as that, sometimes it's hard to like balance uni because I study law and I'm in my 3rd year, so I only have 1 more year left. And sometimes trying to balance like uni, trying to balance like my job, gym, my social life, just time for myself, and then lashes on top of that. It can be a bit techy sometimes. So that's like my barriers, anyways.
Really hard. Me personally,
Not to sound like big-headed. I think because we were the first, in the sense that's what made it very. Like easy because like okay, no one else is doing this. We have like our own like lane, we have our own niche, so that kind of made it easier in that sense. So already people are already intrigued.
Like using the club, using the club, it was just Auntie Demi. Shout out Tasty Teas. Auntie Demi, you know this person, could we get the number so we can use that? Yeah, there you go. Even our move to Knox, that came through Auntie Demi as well. So I mean, go. Go and help you out. I think it just made the transition to doing business just kind of seamless. I haven't really faced.
I guess it's that thing of sort of knowing people.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, we used to say that like I was the brains and like Dem was like the face of it because Dem knows quite a few people in Aberdeen.
Everyone.
So kind of, I think we did a lot of like word of mouth. Also, we had like our flyers, distributing that. Obviously, all our friends were, like resharing. So that also gave us like a lot of confidence. I think the main thing that was kind of hard, hard was, I mean, I don't think we really, even like our first event, we didn't really expect it to be like that. It was crazy. It was crazy. I came so dressed up thinking, yeah, I'm gonna have a good night. It's gonna be another night out for me. There's gonna be Afrobuzz. We were working. So I think also in the beginning we didn't really know like the logistics of how like an event runs, like how it can go like smoothly. And like, obviously by now I think I like to say we're professionals. So we know what we're doing and we kind of know like the ins and outs of what makes a good event.
Shout out Kara as well for helping us with that. General manager at EK.
Did you have any?
So mine's kind of different from you guys because I started off in Stirling, and with DJing it's more so like who you know, not what you know. So like if you know a couple of people in like high end like clubs or stuff like that, you'll be able to get in. And luckily for me, It's actually a funny story how it happened. So I used to work as a bartender in like a steakhouse called Beef Eater, and this guy came in and like very unassuming guy. Like we don't think like he's a DJ as well. Like kind of chubby. They're just like he's not your like
Yeah,
he's not
stereotypical.
yeah, he's not a stereotypical
Yeah.
DJ. And like we just got chatting, and then he was like, "I'm actually a DJ. The guy over there is like one of the big influencers in Ibiza kind of thing." I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool because I'm learning how to DJ and stuff like that, like Japanese advice." And then he was actually quite nice enough. I still speak to him to this day. This was like what 4 years ago. He was like, I was like, "Do you have any advice?" And he was like, "Well, yeah, do this, do this, do this." And then he was like, "Actually, I'll just give you my number. If you need any help, just shout me." And can't remember how long I waited before I shouted him, but I think it was like a couple of weeks because like I was still in uni, my 4th year. I was still like working a part-time job. And then I shouted him, and then he put me in touch with this guy who was still a DJ, like one of the biggest DJs in Scotland in terms of like
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, he put me in touch. We're still friends to this day. And then I met up with him. And then my first residency. So for people who don't know what residency is, like when you DJ in the same place every week, that's what's called residency. So my first residency actually came from the guy he put me in touch with, and it was at Tingle, which is like a shop bar in Stirling. So they have one in Stirling, one in Glasgow. And like how it came about is like he had double booked himself on the same night, and then he didn't realize it, and then he was like, "Yo, bro, I need help." And I was like, "All right, cool, I'll help." He was very nervous for me to DJ, but anyway, I went on, smashed the night, and then the manager liked me, and then he was like, "Yo, we'd like to have you every other time." Yeah. And then when I graduated from Stirling, moved to Glasgow, because they had a branch in Glasgow, I then got a residency in Glasgow like every Wednesday. This was just before lockdown. So I started the residency for like what, a month, 2 months, and then lockdown came, so everything was shut down.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like going back to the original question, like with DJing, like you could be the best DJ, but if you don't know the right people, or if you're not very personable, or if people don't like you or stuff like that, like not really.
Would you say you're like now, anyways, an Afrobeats urban
I like
DJ?
Personally, I like to think like I'm like a multi-genre.
Yeah.
Like, cause like I have DJed house
A
music
lot of
before.
stuff.
Yeah.
I've done instance music, like I've done instance music, and that's actually one advice I'll give to any DJ starting up. Is like, if you really want to get into like the night scene, you really need to be able to do everything, because you don't know where the opportunity is going to come from. When you do get the opportunity and form like a base, then you can be like, okay, I want to go down this,
Yeah.
down this. But that's one advice I'd give to DJs coming up. But in terms of barriers, I'm still facing barriers till this day, because it's about who you
What
know.
barriers?
It's just like you're essentially an employee, so you can get caught like that.
Okay.
So if it's a case that you do have that residency, they can decide tomorrow, like, we want this next DJ. And like with DJing as well, because it's like, if you're not like a household name like Mustard or like DJ Khaled, like they're always looking for younger DJs. So if you want to stay relevant, you really need to like build your own brand. You really need to like have your own thing. One person that I feel like has done well in terms of Scotland is DJ Prospect. He runs Club Tipsy, for most people know what that is. And I don't know his story too tough, but I know he started in Stirling, actually, in one of the 2 clubs that was open in Stirling. He was doing instance music as well. And then I think he kind of formed a space and then like started Club Tipsy, and like that's like he's like Charlie Slots in that. Now the biggest thing, like, so I wouldn't say I'm trying to follow his template or his blueprint, but like I do look up to people like that. I'm just like, okay, like what did they do right that they're still able to be relevant at like 30s? I don't know how old it's, like mid 30s. So I'm still facing that. So as I said, like as a DJ, you're essentially an employee. People will call you like that. Like you don't have the same, unless like you run your own night or you do your own thing, like, you get called like that.
And you? What issues you?
I feel like issues that we faced were probably, I would say like we probably faced the most issues when we were starting to transition into concerts,
Okay.
because funding
Yeah.
was tough. It was hard because obviously we're students, like
Yeah.
2 of us, me and my partner are students. We don't have over 10K to drop on an artist, forget logistics, and we all know how much that costs already.
Yeah.
So like we had to really like beg at one point people to like
And I guess like that though.
it's money
like
right,
that.
like, get tickets like that, right? And like the thing is like it's also making them believe that their money is going in the right place because people don't just drop money. And unfortunately we started just after COVID. So like people were very skint
Tight
already and they're very tight with their money. So it was hard to get people to drop money in that large amounts for something that we believed in. But luckily enough, through determination, we were able to find a couple of people, also put our personal money. We invested a lot, like ourselves. And then we also had to get like people that we knew, family members, just anyone that could invest. Put £10 in.
Something.
It's something in it.
Yeah.
And then pray that like the money comes back. So yeah, I think funding, especially when we're transitioning, was the hardest.
Has it been coming back?
It's been coming back.
Okay, praise
Like,
God.
you thank God.
I have a question. For someone that's like looking to do stuff like that in the future, what advice would you give them?
For concerts and stuff, I would say what would I say? I would say first of all, you need to know the right people
Definitely.
because they really help you to get the best deal. But yourself, you need to be very insistent, insist. Because a lot of people, especially promoters, because they want a cut.
Yeah.
So they're gonna overcharge you. And you have to put your foot down, you know what I mean? And come up with some way to benefit. Like, it's about what you can do to benefit each other.
Yeah.
I would also say, like, reach out to other people that are in entertainment. Because if you can come up with a deal that works for both of you, it's a business is business, you know what I mean? So you could possibly get, like, sponsorship from them or partnerships, and they go a long way. Not just in terms of finances, but in promotion as well. Like when you make strong connections with other people in the city, your city or other city or your region that are interested or have the same kind of motivation as you. Do you know what I mean? I would say that really does help. And then pray. I cannot overemphasize.
Now, going off what you saying about knowing people, like I just moved here for uni, and obviously like I came here by myself, no family. So it's been so hard to like, you know, like I feel like every girl has their nail tech, every girl has their lash tech, everyone has like the person they go to. Even when guys
And
get
you're,
trims,
and you're locked in with your person.
you have someone that you go to for your trims, like you would not cheat on them. So now when I stare and I'm staring, it's kind of hard to like grab people and get people to cheat. So I have to be like running offers, but God's grace is better than it was before, but it's been hard to kind of, you know,
I think
break into that.
as an entrepreneur, you have to take risks.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us sitting here has not taken a risk.
Risk.
And it's the only way to like possibly grow something.
Yeah.
Moving to Knox.
Yeah.
Terrifying. I was like, there's no way we're filling up that upstairs, bro. No way.
I have a question, like for the open group. If you haven't reached that goal or milestone already, what would you say is like the milestone where like you can look back after you've done it and be like, yes, I've made it.
What
I think,
in terms of like what we're doing?
yeah, in terms of
Milestone.
like what
I
milestone?
guess like the big dream. For,
yeah.
Yeah, like
My dream is to win a PBS award.
Shout out to Friday Black and Scottish.
Let me win PBS.
Mine for Vybe is probably having one in each major city. So we've got one in Aberdeen that like this can run without me or Sylvia's interference now. We've tried it in Edinburgh, but it was good for the first 2, but we're tweaking that right now, so that'll come back at some point. And then we need to go to Glasgow as well. And then I just
Jungle.
Glasgow's
a jungle.
because like at the end of the day, it's Vybe promotions, and I want to have a hand in each city. Yeah, I think that's like the end goal, and it's not even like want it to be like a concert thing, so everyone knows every last Friday of the month, regardless of where you are, it could be Glasgow, Abeokuta, we're going to Vybe.
But I think my other thing I would say is that even if we just keep it to Aberdeen, if we're still here like 5 years, whatever down, like it's obviously I don't want to name drop, you know, like let's say like the Milks and whatever of like Aberdeen. I want to be like a set name that, you know, like years to come, like. But it's obviously we've done good, I would say that, but for me it's just like to know you've really got that like longevity, like it's solidified.
Like,
Yeah.
different milk have been here for time.
Bro,
Like since like, well, I was in first year 6 years ago, but I was in first year 6 years ago, but like they were partying and they still are like now. So if we can have that like 6 years down and like people like the students that have been coming to our events, if they can be like, you know, oh back in like when I was at uni, like Vybe used to be the thing. I want that for us. So
Would you say that your goals are similar to theirs? Since
I think for us, because the thing is that I would probably say that if for our milestone would be like to do an event in like PNJ Live.
yeah.
That would
Okay.
when that happens,
that's my advice.
bring like Ashake or something.
No, but
It's possible. Everything is possible.
because when you look at the space is there, it's just to get you know people.
I feel like if it's something like Ashika, people travel from like other cities.
The same way all of us, if something like I don't know, like Drake or someone was in Glasgow, you'll travel down for like. We'll travel down for it, so people Aberdeen's not, you know, it's 2.5 hours away from like Edinburgh and Glasgow. People can come if they see like an artist they want to see, like they're performing in Aberdeen. People shouldn't be discouraged because it's in Aberdeen. So I think that's
I feel like Aberdeen's coming up, you know.
Yeah.
We are.
There's a bad stigma around Aberdeen.
Why are we gonna come to Aberdeen instead?
But
it's
we're making it though.
We are.
Like slowly.
I feel so. My answer to that question is, well, mine's always changing, but I feel like one that is obviously with the music production thing, be able to like have regular charting songs with like top artists, and then I like long term I also want to like maybe start like maybe Scotland's first like music label kind of thing, because I feel like there's a lot of talent in Scotland, but I don't feel like there's like the facilities or like the platform for people, the platform for people to like actually have their talents showcased. Like I came to Aberdeen, I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those people who was like, where the hell is this place? But yeah, when I came,
I moved to tea. I didn't know.
When I came here like
I used to from marriage, boy. I was happy.
I thought this place was married.
Bro.
So upset.
But when I came here and I met a couple of people, I was like, this place is actually popular. Like the most random people that you meet as well. It's like, yo, you actually have something there.
Yeah.
So I feel like.
Like when you met me.
Sorry.
That's like when you met me.
Okay.
George Street. Ignore this one, bro.
But yeah, like this place is actually popping. Like not just Aberdeen, Glasgow, Edinburgh, even the Perth as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I'm able to like create something like a Grime Daily or like a Mixtape Madness, just something that people are able to like showcase themselves. Because like at the end of the day, like I know my name is culture, but like I feel like the culture, like the music culture and like all the creative culture in Scotland is actually slept on.
Yeah.
And I feel like we can do just as well as like the England.
There's always that thing of like what I think I did some of this as well, but when you always kind of look to what our like London or England events are doing, but it was the right like resources and like the right support. We definitely can do that up here.
And I feel like I'd want to be that person that starts and just like kind of like perpetuate the culture.
My answer to that
That's a long-term goal.
question, sorry. My answer to that question would be, like, on a serious thing, I do want a PBS award. But, like, eventually, like, I want to be, like, fully booked. Like, I want, like, notifications to say I'm booked. Like, booked out. I want to be booked out. I want to tell people, I'm sorry, I'm booked out type thing. Like, I want to be, you know where I said everyone's, like, loyal to their barber, loyal to their hairstylist. I want people to be loyal to me. And I want to get, like, new people. Maybe not salon type thing, get your lashes done here, nails done here, you know what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, obviously, just have to
Do
see.
you ever want to own your place? Is that what you're saying? Like own your own physical.
God grants it, like, I mean, I do study law, but it would be nice to study law and own a business.
In this UK, you need different streams of income.
That's the living is tough, bro. So yeah,
Let's have your own thing going on.
yeah.
Shout out to you, man. Still.
Roger, you said something earlier. You were like people that I think you said people that you look up to.
Yeah.
So is there anyone like that you've looked up to start off like in Aberdeen that you look up to like in terms of business? Like you want to start this, or this is someone you can go to for advice.
Not to be modest, but you guys are actually quite inspirational.
Thanks.
You guys do your thing still. Everyone here, to be fair, like I feel like it's quite, because like everyone has like something they want to do, but like it's quite admirable when you can take that first step. So like everyone here is quite admirable for doing it. In terms of Aberdeen or just Scotland.
Scotland, which is what?
Scotland, Prospect is definitely one.
I would say like somebody that really mentored me, and also working with him before events. I would say it's Olamide. I think he's helped me a lot every time I need to know the industry a little bit more.
Lamo.
Lamont.
I just talking about Bado.
I said what? Lamo's our guy.
No, yeah, Lamont, he's always helpful, always willing to shed a couple of tips from his own experience. And I think, yeah, like just like you said, I think everyone here, you know, I mean, you guys came before us.
Yeah.
We went to a couple of events. Funnily enough, your first show was on my birthday.
I remember that.
We have
Yeah,
I remember.
It's like, came in there.
I remember giving you a ticket.
Yeah.
Yes, I was working when that time.
So it was really nice to like see what, like, I think like for you guys, it made us know that it's possible. You know what I mean? To actually like, yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, big up to you guys.
Guys, I'm shy. Yeah.
But yeah, I think, yeah.
Sorry.
No, but on that note, shout out Lamo though.
Yeah, no, it's
feel like-
amazing.
He gave
feel
us a
like-
lot of like
Here's the
advice.
profile.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
it comes to like a man who's selfless, Lamo's come to
Yeah.
my flat, sat with me, Sylvia and Carol for hours and not asked for a single penny in return.
Yeah,
And
no,
I just,
100%.
yeah, God bless Lamo, man.
Yeah.
And man,
Definitely been inspirational
You know.
for our journey as well.
Me, I would say my mother probably.
Oh.
Oh.
When it comes to the whole business guru kind of thing. That woman loves money, boy. So put
That's
that
nice.
pass down.
shout out to her.
And then probably in terms of taking the first step, Auntie Timmy as well, you have to shout out and then see what she's doing.
Shout out to Tasty too.
Do her thing.
Jarring sometimes, but gotta shout her out.
I don't know if I have one specifically. I think for me it was just the I'm so sorry. No, don't say the money. Of course the money is nice, but I think for me
Nice.
generally it's like the goal, the dream. You understand? That's what
Yeah.
the end goal that we're gonna get. Not I wouldn't say I was ever skeptical, but it's just like I don't ever really thought. I didn't. Oh God, I don't think I ever really imagined like how far this would have gone. Even to the point where I don't gas myself up for it. So it's like my friends motivate me because they're always like Sylvia, do what you're doing with Vybe, da, 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 da. And I think that's when I'm really like, yeah, we're doing the damn thing. But
So many talks with her. We're like, no, then I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like,
do you know what it is? I feel like sometimes I'm a warrior because
Yo, what? Sorry.
I'm a warrior, worry.
Oh.
Not worry, no worry.
warrior.
Okay, let me say sometimes I'm a bit pessimistic. Let me use that word instead. Because I'm sometimes a bit nervous. I'm like, okay, are people gonna come? I mean, I feel like we have, obviously it's predominantly like, let's say, from a black background, but we do have like quite a few
We'll start
different
getting a
backgrounds,
few,
yeah, coming in now, and like actually like during like enjoying Vybe and regulars as well. So I think when I really start to see that, I was like, yeah, we've really like done something, yeah, which is amazing.
So my inspirations, I would say I have a few. There's this one girl in my class, in my second lash class. Her name was like Erin, and if you check Instagram, it's like Lash by Erin. She like right off the bat kept like started lashing it, and I just seen her progress. And like every time I stop, I just go on her page, like stalk her page, and be like, oh, this should be me. Like I should have stayed consistent. And like even times where I like text her, she's like, girl, keep going. Like you can do this. If I'm stuck for something, if I need help with anything, like I don't even go to my teacher. I'll go straight to her and be like, hey girl, can you help me with this? And she'll literally reply 10 minutes, and it's just sorted. So she's definitely a big inspo. There's another girl, I've never spoke to her. I think she's more of a lady even. Her name is Regina. She does lashes here, Glam by RT, and she's sick. Like she's hard. I stalk her page as well. I can't lie. I don't know if you'll ever see this, but she's sick. She's so talented. And it's like nice to see, like me, I love to like go to people's first like picture and see how like bad they were and how like they progressed. So seeing stuff like that really motivates me. My good bro here, even though Sylvia, like I feel like you need to speak to me really like harshly for me to like understand sometimes. And like a lot of people would come on that, oh Edna, you can do. He was like, you're not doing it. Just forget about it. Like you just wasted your money. You did it. I was like, So yeah, and
She's
obviously
making me sound like a horrible.
because he is.
But it's tough love. It's
tough
So,
love.
yeah. And that's what I need in it. So like even them man having their own business, like people are making money. Like why can't I?
Yeah.
As well as that, my mom, I always send her like whenever I finish the set. As soon as I finish the set, I'll send it to my mom. and she can't even tell the difference between eyelashes and eyebrows. But she'd be like, "Oh my beautiful daughter," she'd be like, "Oh my beautiful daughter, you did so well, so good." And all my friends in Ireland, they push me and motivate me so much. Like I'll post something, I won't even think it's good, and all these men will like repost it. They'll be commenting like, "Oh, can I come get my lashes done?" Even though they live in Ireland. So love to these men as well. And another one person is this one boy called Messa. Like,
Oh yeah, okay.
the motivation that boy gives me is just like I would just
Oh yeah, go buy good stuff as well.
yeah, go good stuff.
You got to do something plug.
He has a clothing thing now, and I kind of like it's tough. I should have wore something so you can see, but
I actually wanted to wear something, but I didn't know if I could pull up in a tracksuit.
yeah, Massa, he's just amazing. He just pushes me because like when I said me and my roommates we sat down and talked ways to make money, he was at the table and he came up with his own ways. But like I feel like he like pushes me and he pushes me hard and he motivates me. And Dem comes with a tough love, but he comes with like, "Oh, this is how you do it better. Don't worry, you've got this."
That's to be soft.
It's just it's not always soft. It's not always soft for him.
Oh my God, time.
No, it's not always soft for him. Sometimes he's like, "Oh, why did you stop lashing? Like keep going. Like why are you doing a free set type thing?" Or he just motivates me so much. Like he'll text me randomly and be like, "Oh, I saw a set you did. Well done." So yeah.
Shout out to people who contribute stuff.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
good stuff. Man, that's some good stuff.
Grab it. Grab it.
Speaking about contribution, what would you guys want to contribute into like the broader, like,
Community.
yeah, in terms of Scotland, like, so like, we're here for Proudly Black and Scottish. Like, how would you like to contribute to the broader thing in your own individual field?
I think.
You guys understand the question?
Yeah, I think for me, I think for me, it's probably like a sense of belonging, because you do want to see people that look like you. You want to see you want to be able to enjoy in a. Not to say I don't enjoy instance clubs and now and again, like once every blue moon, but to be able to see somewhere you can go and you feel comfortable and can kind of go out and like have a good night. Basically, I think that's important to me, and you've started to do that. So
Yeah, like we've always said, like at one point at Vybe, like it wasn't like you don't care about the money that comes in. Because my whole thing is like I say to Sylvia and Cara, I'm like, I don't want it to be like people go to Vybe and like it's just shit in it.
Yeah.
Like we'll get the money, but people have had a shit time. I hate that. That really irks me. So for example, when I don't know the DJ set is messed up, the microphone messed up.
the DJ's not DJing my blood
Like,
pressure.
we had JNS from Manchester came on and they were sick, but they had like a wireless microphone. The night was still good. Everyone had fun, but even that little thing that the wireless microphone wasn't working properly, it was like, people have paid £10, £15, and we can't even get a wireless mic working. So at the end of the day, I feel like we need to show that. You see the way Milk will run smoothly every Thursday, every single Thursday throughout the year. Why can't Afrobuzz do that? Why can't Vybe do that? Every single last Friday of the month, we're running it, no hiccups, no mic mess ups, no DJ mess ups. Just because we're of this colour and Milk of that colour, we can't do what they're doing. Of course we fucking can. Of course we can.
I think for us, we're really big on experience similar to you. So for us, it's definitely, we really wanted to bring, the reason we started is because we wanted to bring the Lagos vibe to Aberdeen. So we're always looking for things that we can recreate that here. I mean, it's not so easy because it's obviously different rules, laws, restrictions. I mean, I know my partner, she always complains about the fact that the club ends by 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, "Oh, in Lagos, you'll be there, you literally go to the club at 3 a.m. and you won't leave by 6 a.m.
It's just like one time.
Do you know what I mean? So there is only so much you can do, but as much as we can, we try to like recreate that and bring that kind of energy and that vibe here. You know what I'm saying? So I think experience is our number one priority always. And then also, just like making people feel at home here. Because like I said, a lot of people come here to build a life here. Yeah. So, and it kind of gets very lonely. So it's not just bringing Nigeria here, but kind of like being able to have an avenue for them to meet people like them. Do you know what I mean? A place where they can enjoy and have fun occasionally, once in a while, not think about school stress, uni stress, because, I mean, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I can't relate.
How would you just like to contribute? Like, so you already have your business.
Yeah.
How would you like to like expand?
So, first of all, when people get their lashes done, it's not just a lash appointment. Like you're going to a therapy session, you're coming to take a good nap. Like I love it like when I'm doing someone's lashes and they tell me about the guy they're talking to or something that went wrong in the week, how bad uni is. So like I love just being like the ear. Like a lot of times it's strangers as well. So now you're laid back, your eyes are closed. The fact that you even trust me to hold like such a sharp object near your eye, bless you. But like now you are telling me what's going on, just to listen to you, advise you as best as I can anyways. And like I love doing that. I love when people sit up after the sometimes 4 hours and they see their lashes and they're like, oh my gosh, girl, thank you so much. I look so good. Like I love making people look good. And now I've even started doing like eyebrows as well. My God sis here, you know.
Oh.
I love when people feel pretty. And even now, like I don't really want to stop at lashes. I don't want to just stop at eyebrows. And that's why it's called Seven's Beauty Bar. Like I want it to be a bar of different things. I hope eventually to go on to doing like maybe God's Grace dreads and, you know, stuff like that. Become a loctician, you know, something like. But yeah, I love providing services to people. I love making people feel good about themselves. Even one time I had a girl and she just said how, like for the whole week she's just been feeling so ugly. Then when she saw her lashes that night, she texted me. She's like, "God, I feel so beautiful." That she was beautiful regardless, but like, you know, just enhanced her beauty small bit. So yeah.
I think another thing for us that we really want to push is artists. So not more in that giving them the opportunity to showcase the art. So with our concerts, we always have art, local artist performances. And I think one thing we really, really, really do want to have in the future is opportunities to pay them really well. Do you understand what I mean? So obviously it's a bit difficult now, but I think over time, and maybe hopefully more sponsors and partnerships and stuff, we'd be able to kind of have an avenue where artists can showcase the art to Scotland and also to the world, because I know our last show, one of the artists was able to speak to one of the managers that came from Nigeria on a possible collaboration. So I think that was really a highlight for him. And it made me really happy that he was able to have that connection through our events. So I think we really, not necessarily like what you're doing, but more just like giving them that platform to perform. You know what I mean? Yes, I think that's one thing that we really do want to work towards.
So in your various fields, what do you feel like you guys, like what sets you apart? So like if it's paying attention to detail, the experiences of all your customers per se, or the experience is, I already said that, sorry, the bringing people together, like what do you feel like sets you guys apart? What attributes do you feel like you'd like to work on that would set you apart?
Me and Sylvia probably have different answers for this, but mine's is so when Vybe nights happen, I like make it my like duty to go around like everyone to like ask like, oh, you good? I did this, how was this, just to make sure, like, because you don't want to go to a club, spend 2, 3, 4, 5 bills on your table and it takes 10 minutes to come, 15 minutes to come. Like you want everything boom, boom, you want everything proper. So it's just back to what I was saying before. Like I want it to be like, we've got it now. I think Kyra's coming to help us on that front as well, but we've got like it's like a system now. So like everything, is it like a machine, like, you know, in like factories where they have like machines that operate without anyone touching them. We've got that going. So like for example, me and Sylvia don't need to be there, and we still know that table is going to get the bottle on time, that table is going to get the bottle on time. So it's that.
Can you repeat the question to me again?
So
wait, no, why do I answer properly?
Yeah, that's fine. What attributes do you have already, or would you like to work on, or what perspective to like your own thing do you feel like sets you apart? What would you like to work on, or do you already have?
I don't know if I have one.
So like for me,
apart from what Demi said, I think for me, I feel like I always kind of deal on like the presentation.
Okay.
Like the way we present Vybe. Also, this can brief through like our branding, and for me, I don't know if we're doing a good job or not. I don't know, but I feel we are. Thanks, guys. But I feel like I just always want to push in terms of what we can do. Because I feel like stuff like that is, especially in this day and age of like social media, I think it's very important that you not only have a good event, but the way you present yourself. Because you want people to kind of know what you're about before they even come to our events.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm working on it, but I think that would be my answer.
The aim for Vybe at first was like a whole like, we only do it once a month because when it's like exclusive, that's the place to go to. You know, once a month, it's not even gonna do weekly. Once a month, you know, you're going there. So Sylvia helps us bring that image. So does Alia, our videographer. So shout out to her as well. Yeah. Shout out to her.
What sets me apart? obviously, like, I'm just new to this whole industry, but I try and like take time with each client. Like, each like appointment is unique. Like, each person is unique, so each like appointment is unique. Even like when I do my client intake forms, there's like a section as to whether you want to have a silent appointment, whether you want music, or whether you just
Really?
yeah, or
That's
whether you
cool.
want to have a conversation, whether you want to like listen to a movie because obviously you can't watch. But like, there's just a section there just so I know like how to go about it. I have sweets with my brand on it.
Yeah.
I have loyalty cards, so 7 appointments, and on your 7th one, it's free. Like, I'm trying, and another thing is, obviously, like I said before, I don't want to just do lashes. I want to branch out. Like, if it's nails, I want to do nails, it'll be good. Lashes, I want to do lashes, be good. Brows, hair, like, I want to just dye nails, basically. But people that do just one service and they're good at it, like, go you on it. But me, like, I want various of. I want a genre, a different variety of people to come to me, basically. So yeah.
Can I just add your branding, by the way?
Do you like it?
Yeah,
So
I think that sets you apart.
Do you know?
In terms of obviously, I don't.
Yeah,
in terms of in Scotland, essentially, you do a lot, and I really like it. You're very interactive, and I think that's important.
Your aftermarket, like even I can't like when it comes to lashes, I can't tell what's good, what's bad. But like things I can tell, like Edna's got like lash after kits with the 7 logo.
Oh
on it.
yeah, I forgot. I have
She's
after
got
kids
she's
as
got
well.
like a whole like bag of like complimentary sweets with the logo sticker on it. No, I can't lie, it's cool.
But
It's
those little
cool.
figures
Yeah,
adds to your
it's
service.
good.
Thanks. And Mesa made my logo, by the way, so shout him. Like, that's my guy, you man.
It's just like we've got a group of people that we just
Yeah. But there's a lot of people like. Not just us, but obviously in Aberdeen that are doing their own little like creative
Yeah.
avenues. So obviously to kind of, we kind of always go to them and pick what we can and use them, and you know,
Oh,
it's all teamwork at the end of the day.
like the Vybe logo, Demi.
Yeah.
Shout out
Shout out
Demi
Demi.
for that as well.
So many shots.
Demi, well, like, Demi made our first ever logo. So yeah, shout out Demi for that.
How about yourself?
I think for us, I think one of the things that I said before was experience. So we really tried to like build an exclusive experience for people. So from the first event, we had the VIP sections, we had tables,
Small chops.
we do food,
Honestly.
we do food. Like I said, it's
That's
like the
what Jimmy
whole
did.
package. We have the food. Every event we've had food, complimentary food for VIPs. Kind of just like making you feel exclusive. You know what I mean? And getting value for your money. We've recently introduced things like fun money. We're looking to integrate MCs. We have an MC in every event. So it's just more like all these features to increase experience and also kind of like increase VIP experience as well. So that like helps with exclusivity. Oh, can't say that word. Exclusivity, right? Yes, I think that's always been our focus, and we continue to look for new ways, even little things like lights. Do a lot and go a long way. So we always invest in that, invest in new ways we can deliver bottles.
Light thingies.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Just a quick question, just to prove up. Sorry here. You know, lights and what they're called? Is it what do we for that? Knox. Yeah.
Like
the
sparklers,
sparklers. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you prefer?
Sparklers or lights?
Yeah.
It's very close.
Okay, cool. Please continue. Please continue.
What do you want, lines?
I think lights are so like loud and like in your face. you
Lights are
understand?
Like lights as in like something like that?
No, like,
You know, like
the LED
the
like
little,
bars,
like strobe lights that like.
Yeah.
But I just like the standard.
The sparklers,
Yeah.
man. But like you see,
Sparklers are
see
nice
if it's
on bottles.
see
I
if
mean, in terms of like,
if it's lights, I know the
You
one
mean
that
the
like you can write
cases?
on. I know
What
the
about
one
the
you can write on.
boards though?
If it's a
Yeah,
board,
it's
yeah.
like tiny boards.
Nah, I'll
That's
say
what
lights,
puts
I'll
like
say
a
lights.
bottle into that.
Because like lights, you can do so much more. Sparklers is just sparklers. Lights, you can like put the person.
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Oh, I thought, bro. I think we're talking about like just the little like lights that you hold up. with
No,
the
no,
bar.
no. I'm talking about the big
Oh,
ones.
I meant lights
okay.
as well.
Yeah.
Like, you
She's
get
actually
essentially
talking
not
about
that the spot like the lights go in the bottles, but like it comes like people holding it behind. Like there's a whole like kind of like
Yeah,
tray.
I know what you mean. It's like what they had.
I'll show you later.
What they had at Irish Stars. Kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
The thing I realize is that people enjoy themselves more when they feel exclusive.
yeah. They want to feel like
They
they're
want to
big
feel
boss.
like they're special, like they're big. Especially because, like, I feel like compared to yours, you've got more of the young people. Like specifically, we're kind of a bit more broad, so we do have young people, middle-aged people, older people.
I guess what you said as well, like that kind of Lagos experience. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I haven't gone clubbing in Nigeria, but
It's
it's on
crazy.
my like bucket list.
It's
but
crazy.
it's like it's in your face.
In your face, very much, and I think that's what we kind of like steer towards, that in your face kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I try to pay attention to detail. Like, so I'm primarily DJ. I'm looking to like expand, but like in my transitions, I try to like make sure like every transition smooth. And, like in my sets as a whole, I try to make sure like there's that one transition that people remember for the night. It's like it's not just like come to the club, you listen to DJ, but I want like people to go and be like, but remember that one transition.
Yeah.
It's always like that one transition people need to speak about that. Like it's like memorable and they remember your name. So the name's tied to that transition. And then in the broader aspect, I like to think like my attention to detail will take me far. Like just like I'm not necessarily a perfectionist, but I hold myself to high standards with everything I do. So I feel like that's what's up. So. Which is quite a generic answer, I do get that, but I feel like I'm okay.
I've got a final question. Do you mind? Or do you?
Oh, no, you go ahead.
What's one thing that you wish you knew when you started that you know now? That would have like made it a lot easier to get going or get off your feet.
My thing would be that, as bad as it sounds, your friends are always gonna support you, and maybe when you're doing like, for me, in my industry, like at the start, like I need people to like practice on, people to like come to me, or can I practice on you? It'd be me reaching out. But now, like, now that I'm actually like taking people, like it's not my friends that are booking, it's strangers. And sometimes I'll post something and it'll be all these strangers texting me like, hey girl, the set you did was so good. Or even on TikTok, they'll be reposting my TikToks and it won't necessarily be your friends, and that's okay. Like my friends still do support me, but like sometimes a stranger will support you more than your friend, especially in the beginning. So yeah.
Mine is when we started Vybe, it was Vybe Aberdeen, and then we made it to Vybe Promotions because we obviously said we don't want to be one blanket. We want to go on to big artists, do like little stuff that isn't parties. But one thing that I wish I knew was that Nigerian artists are expensive, boy. Boy, if I tell you some of the figures I've heard for some of these, so I wish I knew that going in, because I honestly thought it'd be like, call up my man, drop my man a little, guy performs for like 30 minutes and then, nah.
Nigerian artists. Nah. Oh god. I laugh.
Nah, it's not like that, bro. But,
I feel like mine will be more like so advice. But I think I'll kind of turn around for me, like kind of thought a Vybe to like now starting Vybe was very quick. I would obviously in hindsight I would have wished that we kind of had more of like almost like a business plan in terms of like I guess like steps, like direction we're going into, because I think it makes your goals more feasible in terms of so you kind of know okay when we're going to do this and how we're going to get there. But at the same time I think we've learned very quickly.
I just got in and went.
We had to learn on the job. But yeah, I think that's what I would say. In hindsight. Done.
Like in terms of the actual DJing thing, like there's a lot of things that I would say that I wish I knew at the start because I'm still learning how to DJ. Like I'm still learning little like tricks. But in terms of like the broader spectrum, I would say the relationship aspect. I feel like relationship in this industry goes a long way. As I said at the start, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. I learned that like I'd say like 2 years into it. It's not like you can be the best DJ and stuff and no one cares.
Yeah.
So if I learned that at the very start, like maybe God knows where I'll be now. But I'll say that's my biggest thing. Like, yeah.
I think for us, definitely having a team. When we started out, it was just me and my partner, and we basically toughed through the whole thing. And I think it was only recently, I mean, we had PRs and stuff like that, people that were supporting then, but having an actual team, people that are as dedicated as you are, people that are like involved in decisions, not just you, because sometimes, even though the two of us could see something some way, somebody could bring a different perspective to something or different ideas through their experiences. So I think that now that we have like a really solid team, I can see us like doing so much better, you know what I mean, than before, because they're able to see things. Like a lot of times in my events, I'm so busy, I don't even see what's going on the floor. And then they'll later tell me that, oh, this is going on, and I'll be like, oh, thank you for seeing that, because they're like my eyes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think that's really important. I think that's really helped us grow so well now.
One thing I'll add to my answer actually is marketing. That goes so.
Yeah.
I'm still very bad at that.
Honestly, I think for me, if I want to say like the two important things, I think, especially with kind of creative stuff like this, like branding and networking is so important.
Yeah.
So I think just kind of to.
Where would you want to see Scotland in 5 years' time?
In terms of the black
In terms of
the community, the creative community, the black community. But yeah, what would you want to see?
For me, obviously, like I'm in like beauty, and I just feel like there's not a lot of black girls doing it, or if there are, I just don't know, because sometimes I want to get a wig installed, and there's like no one that does that. I want to get like braids done, and I have to go through someone to find someone to find someone, or maybe there are people and I just don't know about it, so to increase their like marketing or something. Like I want to get my nails done, and I have like specific styles that I want like for my nails, and there's just no one here that really kind of does that. So I just hope there's more like people that enter like creative like industry basically.
I would say, in terms of I guess like entertainment or events, for it to kind of be normal in the sense that we just do, like everyone else, we just do events. It's not necessarily that, okay, and maybe our Afrobeats, but you know what I mean? I don't want it to be like that, like us being black or us being like African, being like the kind of the first like thought.
Thing that
I thought it's like, oh, I'm going because it's good music. I'm going because it's going to be a good time. Yeah, for us, for that to be our normal, I think that's what I'd love to see in Scotland.
And for overall in Scotland, I want Scotland as a whole to get to the point where, like for example, you see now, if someone in England or if someone in Scotland was to go have their birthday, they'd probably go Manny, probably go Newcastle, probably go London. Like if we keep getting on the right steps, what's to say like they can't stay here? Go Edinburgh, come Aberdeen, go Vybe.
Yeah, like you're not even have a good time.
We're gonna get there. I mean, right now we're still in building blocks, but there's no reason why we can't do what the people in England are doing, people in America, whatever. Like we can do it.
Yeah,
it just takes time and takes work, and I think we've got that. So.
I think like added to what you said is I can't wait to see like people in England come up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And actually come to an event in Aberdeen and do the journey because it's worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then outside of that as well, I think I can't wait to the point where we have like more people that, like you said, come into the, because I feel like the market is there, and I feel like more the merrier. Do you know what I mean? Having more that's going on.
Like it should be normal. Like,
It should be exactly. And I think also more of the locals. When I say locals, I mean the non-black community
Scottish,
coming in and actually wanting to know, and like where it's like not so much of a maybe 90% 10% like ratio, but more in a way that also helps the whole Afrobeat industry like worldwide as well. So I think that's something that I'm looking forward to.
Mine's quite similar to yours, like just as you said, like people coming from England. And like just Scotland, in terms of the UK, Scotland like being one of like the competitors. Like so right now it's Birmingham. Yeah, the hotspot, So like it's Birmingham, Manchester, London, and then maybe like you have like Newcastle, Leicester, and stuff like that. So
I want us to be able to compete with England.
Yeah, like I want people to be like, yo, you've been to Glasgow though.
Like we're not all farmers.
Yeah.
And like there's black people here, bro.
And like one thing I'll add to that, I feel like I would like to see a lot more people like working together in terms of like kind of perpetuating and that.
Yeah.
So I feel like we do tend to like kind of butt heads sometimes, so I would like to see like that in perpetuated in like that somewhere.
Okay, if I guess this. Cheers. So, what are we cheersing to, guys?
Cheers to the future of probably black and Scottish and black people in Scotland.
Black excellence, innit?
Black excellence in Scotland. Alright. Cheers.
Where's your two?
I'm so cool.